Hello everybody. Let's make sure everything's going. This camera's going. That camera's going. Hopefully the microphone's working. I've been having all kinds of issues. Been setting up for the last 45 minutes and yeah. Well, hello guys. Welcome to another stream. Today we'll be making some chicken tinga and some homemade tortillas. I was planning on making flour. But I'll be making corn using the leftover masa from last week. The masa flour, I should say, not just the masa. And we got our two cats over here. Hi. Hello, Madison. Are you guys going to be monitoring me for the next hour while we make this? I know you're hungry. It's time for dinner soon. You guys have like another hour until dinner time. Sorry. Anyway, we will be making chicken tingas. Chicken tinga, I should say. I'll be following the recipe from Tegan Gerard from Half Baked Harvest. So it's not going to be traditional style chicken tinga, but I wanted to try hers to see what it would be like. So just give me a second to find it. I had lost my spot. Oh, thank you, Itzel. Yes, for Christmas this year, my wife Jamie got me my Mos Doughs personalized apron. So I'm sporting it today. How were the pumpkin bread? Hopefully they all three of them tasted delicious. Let's see, where is it? Hopefully I have the right one. Hopefully I have the right cookbook out. And I'm on tacos. There we go. 182. So, this is what it should look like. But I will not be using pineapples or pineapple salsa. Do I have limes? Do I need limes? No. That's, for additional flair. Should probably just got my keyboard. We can move this out of the way. So, what we're going to be doing, we'll be using about 1 to 2 pounds of boneless chicken breasts. So let's get everything situated. Get my phone out of the way. Let's unplug that. We don't need that there. You unplug this. Yeah, so like I said, I was having some issues as always when setting up the stream. I was setting it all up about 45 minutes ago. My cameras weren't working right, and then my microphone wasn't working right. So it's always a fun time. All right. So what we're going to be doing, I forgot to get the olive oil out. Placing this on here. We're going to turn it on. Let's say about 300. So let's go to heating. I don't know. Still trying to learn how to use the induction top properly. There's two options. You have it for a heating and then a temperature. So I'm assuming heat goes all the way up to 10. We'll go about 6 because we needed a medium saucepan. So using this big old saucepan that I have. Bring this out of here, out of the way. I need to get a book holder. Make sure this is all on. And the right size is pretty big, so it is getting pretty warm. So I'll set it to medium heat, back to level 5. Oh, actually, you know what? We're jumping ahead. Because this out. The reason why I'm saying we're jumping ahead is gotta cut some veggies first. Amazing, everyone loved them, and I want some more if you can make another batch. Definitely. Alright. So, let's swap the cutting boards. Or swap the cutting board side, I should say. Did you have a good Christmas, Itzel? We had a good time at Jamie's mom's house. Got this, like I said. Jamie also got me a whetstone so I can sharpen my knives, learn how to sharpen my knives. And then I got a gift card, then a bunch of other cooking supplies and stuff to use. My favorite animal is a penguin, so got a penguin timer so we should never have to ask Google or forget to ask Google. But then, the key thing is not forgetting to use this. Hey Peach, how's it going? I think Jamie did more work on those breads than he did. Jamie didn't do anything. That was all me. So let's cut this. Well, this is a juicy onion. So we're going to be cutting up the onion because we're going to be putting the onion in the pan with the chicken itself. That's like, I don't know if you're seeing how wet that is a super juicy onion. And we're going to finally cut this after we peel off our outer skin here. And once the chicken's going in the pan with this, we will be then making our tortillas so they can rest and rise properly. So then when we start forming them, of course I mess up and pull out one of the layers. So like I said, this isn't like a true traditional style chicken tinga. I'm using the half-baked harvest recipe. So we're going to try that and see how that tastes. I'm sure it's still going to taste delicious because chicken tinga is amazing. And the reason why I say it's not traditional is because yes, still using the adobo sauce, but cheating on the sauce using some red enchilada sauce. So, like I said, not traditional, but I'm sure it'll still taste delicious. We had a good time as well. I meant to get my mom a KitchenAid mixer, but it was sold out. Oh man. KitchenAids are key. We have yet to use it on stream though. We will be using it soon. Because I do want to make burgers on stream and then also grind up the meat so we have freshly ground beef and we can control the fats and the total fat content and whatnot. But yeah, you can do all kinds of things with it. Hoping to get it for her birthday in March. Nice. Where were you trying to find it at? I mean, let me chop these up real quick. Because I didn't see any sold out. I mean, I saw them everywhere when we were at the stores, at least. But I may be mistaken. Whew. So we got. Let's just chop this up a little bit more. They're pretty chopped up. Yeah, I mean, I got mine at Sam's Club back in May, I think it was. So another thing with like traditional chicken tinga, you top it with the pickled red onion, which we're not doing. We'll be using this in the cooking it with the chicken itself. I'm sure if you check, like I said, where'd you check at? Which stores did you go to? I don't know. I haven't been to Sam's in a couple weeks, so I'm not sure if you check there. If you have, I think Jamie said you go to Sam's though, don't you? Or do you go to Costco? I think those are the best places to get a KitchenAid. Obviously, because it's a wholesale store and you get a better deal. You know what? I'm going to use my bench scraper for this. It'll be a lot easier. There we go. Much easier to do that. I wanted the mini one just only because my mom and I, so I figured it would be a good size. But if not, I'll go a regular size. Yeah, mine's the one that I got. I think it's like 5 quarts. So it's the professional one. It's the I can show you so we can see what it looks like. Next, we're gonna need to wash the cilantro and cut that up. But let me show you the KitchenAid first. So here's the KitchenAid we have. It's the Professional 5 Plus. It's the bowl lift, so it's not the tilt head, and it came with 2 whisk attachments, the paddle attachment, and then the dough hook attachment. So I think I paid $250 or something for this. I think it was, or $270, but it was worth it. I mean, I would say go for the bigger one, just even though it's just you and your mom, but you can still fit a lot of stuff. You know, the more wattage and whatnot the bigger ones have, the more powerful they are to do things with. Wash up our cilantro, and we'll chop it up. Jamie doesn't like cilantro, so that's fine, but I do. She thinks it tastes like soap. I don't, but I guess a lot of people in the world think it tastes like soap, which is kind of weird. The mini's a 3.5 quart. Yeah, that will be good. Just chop this up, kind of bundle it all up. Chop it into smaller pieces. We can just this way that don't want to make it into a paste or anything. Just want to kind of break it up, get the stems all off. Yeah, I haven't used my KitchenAid in a while. It's something I need to start using again. Like I said, I wanted to make bagels, and I use the KitchenAid to make bagels with. But there will be plenty of other opportunities during the stream for us to use it. We're done with our... not really done with the knife, but I'm going to put it away for right now. Alright, let's get another bowl for the cilantro. Cilantro too. It's very, very pungent. Alright, so we got that all done. Set these aside. Just kind of grab the bag. Set that aside. Let's just wipe this all down. Just grab. My brother was online today, by the way, Peach. He didn't sub or anything yet. He was just doing the free level 20 trial. And he's like, where the hell's all this shit at? He was having, he hasn't played it forever, and obviously going to a new zone. He's like, where the hell's all this stuff at? Alright, now we got our veggies cut up. Let's start actually cooking. Put this back up here. Let's see, this onion can come over here. Just wipe this. Alright. You guys should be able to see that just fine. Okay. It's back on level 5 now. Let's let it warm up. Put a little bit of olive oil in it. That's good. Once it starts shimmering, we will then be... Once it starts shimmering, we're going to throw our chicken in it. Need to try to get at least one thing for my weekly on my DK. Yeah, I still need to do mythics. Maybe after this I'll hop on and do a mythic or two. I don't know why I took this out, because we don't need to cut up the chicken. So, we're going to add the chicken and onion and a pinch of each salt and pepper. Cook, stirring the onion around. So let's get our chicken up. Grab our bag for the excess chicken. This container says it's 3.83 pounds, so I'd say we can weigh this actually. Alright, that'll be good. So it's starting to look like it's glistening a little bit. I might just try to do New Year's just chatting stream, since I don't know if my video card can do streams and I live for as long as I need it to. Yeah. I don't know what to say, buddy. Can't help you there. Put that there. Like I said, Peach, just order from Origin and call it a day. I know, I would say get the 3070. It's still a fantastic card. It's going to last you a long time. Alright, let's add in our onions. And then we'll add in our salt and pepper. Alright, let's get our pinch of salt and pepper in there. good. Do another one. Maybe a little tiny more. There we go. Now we're just gonna let that do its thing here for another minute or two. I'm gonna watch it. Oh, it just smells so fragrant already. So on Christmas Eve, I had a half day. That's just how we do it at my work. And then I went to go drop off some bread for Itzel and my wife's boss. And while I was there, her coworker comes in saying, "Hey, there's a cat outside just sleeping underneath a light pole." And mind you, it's like we've had a very mild winter thus far that we've had here. Barely any snow, but it was really chilly on on Christmas Eve. And then so I go out there and I pick up the kitty. Very friendly, very adorable. See if I can pull up a picture. One second. Let's see. There we go. Can't really see her too well, looks like. Anyway, she was probably maybe a year, 2 years old, tops, not entirely sure. But I picked her up, put her in my car, blasted the heat, put the blanket on her, on my seat for her to hang out with me. Then I took her to animal control. So I called the police station via non-emergency number, because sometimes you call them and they'll help you with these kind of situations. Like, oh yeah, we can scan their microchip and whatnot, but apparently they don't at this police station. So took her to the animal control and she's just sitting there. Apparently she was not microchipped, so my wife called back shortly after I dropped her off. It's not even all the way on. There we go. I need to get like a screen here or something in front of this laptop so I don't get anything on it. It's like getting greasy right now. But yeah, she's not microchipped, so we're just waiting to hear back if anyone claims her, and if she doesn't get claimed in 7 days, we plan on adopting her, and hopefully our current cats don't care, don't throw a hissy fit, you know. Throw these chickens back in the fridge. We'll have to vacuum seal them later, so I don't know if I'll be using them. Maybe I'll cook them for something else tomorrow or another day this week. Still need to decide on a schedule as to like what I'll be cooking. So like last minute I decided to make this morning. Alright. So while this is all nice and brown on all sides, I'm going to give it another, just flip it over again. It needs to get nice and brown. Once this is all nice and brown, we're going to add in the enchilada sauce. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that pepper got in my nose. We're going to add in stir in the enchilada sauce and about two or three of the chipotle peppers. My wife doesn't like spicy stuff, so that'll be, yeah. I'm thinking about making some tacos tonight. What kind of tacos? American style tacos. White people taco night. With ground beef and tortilla shells. The cheese delivery system. What the hell is the cheese delivery system? Alright. While that's cooking, I'm going to open up the enchilada sauce. Taco meat with a bunch of cheese inside of a tortilla. Yeah, that works. Hello, LokeFan151. Welcome to the channel. How you doing today? Yes, I'll take those. So I can put them out here. I'm using one. You're doing good? That's good to hear. I'm doing good, thank you. How was your Christmas, if you celebrate that? Alright. Stir this again. Flip them over one more time. They're getting nice and brown. Give another minute or so on the other side, then we'll throw in the enchilada sauce. And then once we throw in the enchilada sauce, we'll kind of move this to the side, and then we'll start making our tortillas. Like I said, we'll be making corn tortillas. Oh, your Christmas was pretty nice, but your grandma wasn't there? Oh, I'm sad to hear that. It's been a rough year, you know. Hopefully she's okay, but she didn't want to make it because of how this year's been, I'm sure. Yeah, this is the first time we had everybody all together for a holiday since, I think, Easter. My mother-in-law was really happy to have everybody around. Oh no, definitely. I mean, safety first. The only reason why we got to hang around with everybody for our Christmases, a good portion of our family already had COVID recently, but we still kind of kept our distance and whatnot. Alright. Let's throw in our cheating method here of the enchilada sauce. Yeah, this is going to be kind of weird. Not really a fan of this smell, but don't really make American style enchiladas at all. Because, you know, that is not what enchiladas really look like. And what was that look for? Alright, so now we're gonna simmer this. Actually, I'll dump in all of it, because this is Yeah, just dump in a little bit more. Kind of cover it all up. So now we're going to turn this down so it starts to simmer. Give it about 15 minutes and then we're going to take it out. We'll flip it here shortly. So then we can just get an even simmer, even cook on each side. All right. So let's just kind of push this over here to the side. Let's turn it this way so I don't knock anything. Let's put that there. All right. I've next got to put in the peppers, actually. But like I said, I'm not going to be using a lot of peppers because my wife doesn't like spicy stuff. Hello. Just throw in a couple of that. That's fine. A pepper. That's one. That's two. That's three. That'll be more than enough. Just kind of stir it all in there. Give it that smoky flavor. I mean, this shouldn't be spicy enough. We're just getting a flavor from the adobo sauce that Chipotle's are sitting in. Anyway, she'll just be covering it in cream cheese anyway, I'm sure. Let's grab our lid. This is the right lid. Yep, just rinse it out because it's been sitting on it for a while. Just cover it up. Just try that off. So let's actually turn this down just a smidge more. Alright, so now we're just gonna need all depending on what kind of masa you use, they have different recipes for it. So we're using the Masa Brosa brand, which is just instant corn masa mix. And it says, directions for use: 2 cups of instant mix with 1 1/4 cup of water. So we're going to be using warm to hot water. Hello, Charlie. I know you heard me open the can and you think it's time for dinner, but it's not dinner yet. Maybe I'll feed you here shortly. Okay. I've said this a couple times thus far, that I am not making a traditional style chicken tinga. If you did not join the channel when I said that, I'm sorry, Peach. I am using the Half-Baked Harvest recipe by Tegan Gerard. So, and this was a last minute decision, and I was like, oh, that's pretty easy. So they're not traditional style by any means. So let's get our flour going, our masa. Let's get some hot water, 1 1/2 cup. Was it 1 1/2? 1 1/4. Sounds like cutting corners to you? Ha ha, you're so funny. got our moss up in here. Just use this. Get it all incorporated. If we need to put our hands in it, we will, but just trying to get it, all the water, and all the flour just moistened. I'm not cutting quarters, dude. I'm just following this recipe. May need a little bit more water, even though I used the whole cup and a half. That's the thing, like, you just eyeball it. If you need more water, you add more water. You need more masa, you add more masa. Now at this point, I'm just going to use my hands for the rest of it. Just try to get it all incorporated. May need a little bit more masa just to absorb that water. But yeah, anyway, like what Sella said, she wanted to get her mom a KitchenAid, and I was talking about doing smash burgers on the next stream, or maybe for next weekend, and grinding our meat and not using just pre-ground ground beef. Now, couldn't you just use a bit of the juice from the chicken is cooking in and use it to flavor the tortillas? I could, but I don't want to use that in here because you don't really want, I mean, this isn't like a tamale where you just want that flavor. You're just corn and water, corn flour and water. So now we have a nice little ball here. We're gonna let it sit for a couple minutes. As it says here, mix thoroughly for 2 to 3 minutes till forming a firm dough ball. If dough feels dry, add water. Divide dough into smaller bits, but I'm gonna let it sit for, actually no, I can probably divide it right now. But that's the fun part's actually dividing it, smashing them, because you do one at a time. I mean, I'm not skipping out and cutting corners by just using pre-made tortillas. I mean, I can. I'm not sure if Jamie's going to want to use flour tortillas or the corn tortillas that I'm making, because we do have the regular flour tortillas too. Alright, let's check on our chicken. Let's flip it. Come on. Probably should have grabbed the tongs instead. So we're essentially cooking this until it's soft enough for us to shred it into pieces. What we'll be using to make our tortillas, though, into the proper shape will be our tortilla press. It's not the best, just cast iron. If you don't know how to use one of these, it's pretty simple. Just lift up the lid, put your plastic wrap right here on both sides, put your masa in the middle, set it down here, and then use your weight and gravity to flatten it. I'm trying to see. Okay, bring this down here to right there. That's be good. No. Just set it back. Oh, shoot. Wires everywhere. There we go. Or I could use wax paper. I saw someone talk about they used wax paper to make their balls, but nah. Let's pull out the big old plastic wrap. Just get this nice on here. Oh, plastic wrap. It's so much fun. I like my stepdad's side of the family. They have a pretty sweet tortilla press. It's made of wood, so it's a lot bigger and it's a lot easier to use than this. So we're just gonna grab a ball, about that big. We can actually, we'll cut off a little bit of it, see what they look like. Then we're gonna just fold it over, press it down, and then let's hope it doesn't tear like that did. So let's try that again. Maybe a little bit more. Also, it looked like my plastic wrap moved, so that's another thing that's a pain about these. And it all depends on like what size tortilla you want. So you can use less masa, you can use more masa. As you can see, it already flattened just a little bit by putting the press on. I'm just gonna press it down gently. So now we have like street style taco size. And if we want to press it down some more, we can. And I got ripped. So, like I said, just gotta depend on like what size we want. So I'm just gonna start pre-rolling these out, so I can just covering it up. Like I said, just little balls. I'll just cover these up. All depends on how big of a tortilla you want. You can do a bigger ball, a smaller ball. We're doing about like street style tacos here. This should yield, I think, about 18 tortillas, I think the recipe says. I can really smell the chipotle sauce coming out. What's that? Your eyes are burning from it? Her eyes are burning. Once we get these balls, just gonna cover them up so they don't dry out. The chicken we can probably move over onto the stovetop actually. But I wanted to do it all over here. This one needs a little bit more masa. If you're just watching like videos on YouTube of like these older Hispanic Mexican women like in the streets of Mexico and like their little food shops and whatnot that they have, just banging these out all day. It's just crazy, and they just have like a giant vat, giant tub of just masa that they've made. So let's see how many we have. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow. I made 18 of them. Just like it said it would call for. Pretty nice. So that means they're all pretty even right now. And the way that we'll be cooking these will be on a cast iron that's going to be ripping hot. Alright, let's cover these up so they don't dry. They can just do their thing for a couple minutes. Alright, let's check on this again. See how this is going. That's hot. Oh yeah, the chicken's just about done. I'm poking right into it, and it's just poking to this one just a little bit more. So just give it like another minute or so. Just flip it one more time. Because then what we're going to do is we're going to take this out and we're just going to shred the chicken. I'll take this one pepper out. And that was hot. Set that here. Actually, take that out. Give it about another minute. And then we're going to start shredding it up. All right. So with this, I'm just gonna you don't need that anymore. We can turn the heat off. Then we'll just take one chicken out at a time and just kind of shred them in here using a fork. Just push that over there. Using 2 forks for the traditional, pulling method. And then we're going to throw them back into the sauce and just let that sit in there and work its magic while we make the fresh tortillas. Just try a little piece of this, see what it tastes like. Not spicy at all. But obviously, once you serve the chicken, it's gonna taste a little bit different. Because it's gonna be in the sauce, and this has no sauce in it. And this is what the hand mixer is wonderful for. And now you can probably hear me without a bunch of background noise. Look at that, I got a bunch of dropped frames as usual. Maybe I'll have to change servers next time and not use the one that Twitch assigns me to. You didn't get any notifications? That's weird. It's just no idea why you don't get notifications. Alright, so we got one of them shredded up pretty decently. Put it back in the pan. Yeah. That's why I post that I'm going live on Twitter or on my Instagram. And on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page as well. So we got that all nice and shredded. It's gonna sit in there, absorb all the juices, get more flavor instead of just in the outer part of it. Probably be easier if I used a bigger bowl too, but it's all right. Let's see how this goes. What level did you get to today, bro? Did you keep on? Did you hit the max of 20? Or did you stop? This one doesn't want to break apart, that's fine. Just break apart by itself. You're 21 right now? Oh, so did you do the monthly fee? You use my recruiter friend thing, right? So I get credit for that. Trying a different method on this one, just scraping it. Sweet. Appreciate it. Just trying to get the transmog that you get. A little lazy on this one, but because it doesn't want to break apart right. Just tempted to grab a knife and just cutting it into pieces with a knife. Because as you see, it's like still chunks and doesn't want to break apart. We have enough in there anyway. So let's just get the rest of this in here. And we'll set this aside. Turn this back on and getting our cast iron ripping hot. And see, it's not, there's some big chunks in there. So let's set this aside. Got our cast iron. Get this. We need this hot. Let's try that. That's pretty good. While that's warming up, let's get our avocado cut up and smashed. Because we're going to be using this as the base of the tortilla. And we also have to crumble some queso fresco as well. Trying to scrape some of the fond off the bottom of this because there's so much flavor in it. if you don't know what fond is the buildup on the bottom of your pan, all like the charred bits and whatnot. Oh, it's full of flavor. So let's get this going. Let's get this all out. Cut in half, de-pit it. I'll just scoop it out and just scrape as much of this out as you can. I mean, you can also just leave this as slices if you want, but like I said, this one calls for using it as a base. As you can see, that's hot, hot, hot. And so after we press the tortilla, throw it on the pan for about 30 seconds each side. We'll throw it into a plate that's got a cloth on it because I don't have a tortilla keeper, so that they stay nice and fresh. Now, Peach, I know you don't like veggies. Do you like guac? Or, I don't know why some of guac, but we're using avocado as the base, but yeah. Do you like guac or avocado? I know it's a green and you don't like your greens. Jesus Christ, man. You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. My little vent from my microwave fell down. Let's get that a little bit warmer. So now we have all this nice and smashed. So what is it about? Do you not like the flavor of avocado? Or what is it? Is it just because it's green and it's good for you? What about it? It's mushy? So you don't like the texture of it? So you don't like mushy things is what I'm getting from it. Let's turn that up just a little bit more. Go to max strength. See, it doesn't even feel like that it's that hot. Oh. Avocados, man, they're so good. Stirring that. Just wanted to add a little bit of salt so it gets the flavor. Alright. Set that aside. Let's get our tortillas over here. Swap the sides that they're on. Let's test it. Nice and hot. Put it on there. Just press. Let's hope it doesn't stick. Perfect. And we'll just toss it right on. See, this is the thing, like, needs to be hotter than that. So I'm going to change the temperature to ripping as high as this freaking thing can go, which is 460 degrees apparently. Hi, Madison. As you can see, it's starting to... It's not doing... I had it at max level, I had it at level 10 on whatever that means, whatever temperature that is, no idea. But now I've changed the actual temperature to 460 degrees, which hopefully will do something. Make a difference. But who knows? What time is it now? 6:15. Yeah, the girls are like, "Where's my food at?" See, the fact that I can move it, I like burning myself. See, it's not even, it didn't brown up at all. It's supposed to brown up. Maybe I'll just smash it a little bit more than get a, hope it doesn't rip like this one did. Oh, this one really didn't rip, but it shifted. Just move it over to the side. See, we got a bigger tortilla there because I pressed a little bit harder. But I want sizes like that, the street style. They're perfect. Boy, yeah, this isn't getting hot. As hot as I thought it would be. Just make sure it's in the center there. I mean, trying it out there. Now that's mushy. That's not cooked. Let's try with a little bit of Tinga though. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah. I was thinking about using that. I have wax paper, I think. I do. Let's try that. Trying to get the cast iron as hot as possible though, so that it would get proper browning. And I know I shouldn't be doing it like this, but yeah, that's fine. See, now I'm getting like a little bit of a crust on there. You can see it's starting to brown. That's what we want on it. Do I have one in here? I do have one in here. Just move that to the side. Put that there. Let's try the wax paper method. See, that's why I like the one my stepdad's family has. Since it's a block, you don't have this awkward handle here. The handle's on top, and there's enough surface area on the press to use your wax paper, use whatever. And that's why when I flour tortillas, even though they are a pain to make, just the fact that you have to roll to get a proper. Oh yeah, that's getting a lot better. To roll them out to get like a proper circle, I find those easier than this. Got a nice little slit that happened, so that's good. Just kind of flip this over here. Let's see how that works. Let's put this over here. Put that just over it. Let's try it now. Yeah, that actually works really well. Let's put that tortilla here. We can flip it. Alright, that makes a world of a difference, to be honest. Just want this cast iron to get hotter, but it's not. Cover it. Probably fit 3 on this thing. Make 3 at a time. Let's cover this up so it doesn't get dry. Oh, we got my keyboards over here. See, the thing is, like, all the heat's in the middle, but I'm going to cheat. So when I say I'm going to cheat, I'm going to make some on just my plancha, not a cast iron, see if that makes a difference. So you guys see how just a normal like griddle on the stove versus this. That just has to get piping hot though, ripping hot. See, like this isn't getting as hot. I mean, I could throw a cast iron on there, but that's fine. Like I said, I'm cheating with that. But once we make all the tortillas, we'll start plating it and we'll try it out. Let's just fix this actually. Make it smaller. Since these are smaller tortillas anyway. There we go. Sure does. Your mom also covers in your circle and we'll reuse them until they get sticky. Then she'll cut out new ones. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. My mom was like, oh yeah, just use, they don't have wax paper usually or whatever, so they'll just use, you know, the plastic that come in their produce. So like this one's starting to bubble up, which is good. That's like what we want it to do. Alright, the cast iron's finally getting hot, but it's not as hot as we want it. Alright, so this itself is actually getting really hot right now, so I'm going to throw this one on there. Let's see how that goes. We'll see the difference. Hot. And by no means am I an amazing tortilla maker. I'm just Doing what I got. I'm sure I can improve my tortilla skills because these are a little thick. And you want them a little thin. Oh, almost fudged that up. Don't want to scrape the moss off that. Oh yeah, that's toasty. So I'll be using, let's redo this one because that didn't come out well. Is that Carrie? Who, Itzel? Or it's, no, that's Jamie's coworker. Her name is Itzel. What's that? Itzel. Well, he thought that Raphael thought it was Carrie for some reason. I said it weird? How did I say it weird? Itzel. I don't know. See, I'm able to bang out 4 of them on that thing versus 2 or 3 on this one. Hot. But I don't want, the stove gets so hot on that. I just don't want to damage the stove because it's kind of burnt before. But it does a by far better job. As you can see, it's getting that nice color. That we want. Versus this thing for some reason isn't. I don't know if I just don't have it sitting on it correctly or what, but just make a couple on here and a couple on there. Probably just transfer these over there. Just keep warm. Hot. My wife always wonders, why are you touching hot stuff? And she's like, it burns. I used to be able to do it pretty easily, but as you can see, like this one, it's how we want it, nice and crispy-ish, kind of burnt. Not burnt, but you get that nice browning on it. I was like, why can't I open that? Thought my tortillas were sticking for some reason to my pan there. Oh, fix that. Just peel it off from the other side. There we go. Peel it off gently. Got that. Check out these ones. Oh yeah. These are well done. Well done. I'll show you here in a second. Do the little flippy flip because it's hot. That one's well done. Let's get these over there. Just don't want them to break. I'll just finish. We got 3 left. Let's just finish them up over here. Probably fit the last 2 on there as well. Turn this off. We don't need that. It was pretty worthless for the tortillas. And our last one. Set this over here aside. Excuse me. That because I don't want to don't need that anymore. Alright, that's hot. Move stuff around so we can start plating what we made. As you can see, look how red that is, right there. Super red. And now I have to clean all around it because, yeah. You guys, I gotta clean that. Okay. So, just put these over here. We got all our tortillas nice and done. Hot. Burnt myself. Let's just flip this so we get the flat side going. This should be cooled off enough. I'm just going to rip it a little bit so it's actually shredded. These bigger pieces at least. Since I didn't shred some of this because I wanted to move on with it, and I was going to do this anyway. And then let's get this all going. That's all good. Let's try a piece. I'll say for not a traditional Tinga, it's not bad. Oh, we forgot one thing though. What's that?
We're both just like staring in the kitchen. We're starving.
Are you hungry, Chewies?
So is Madison. She's right here. She's staring at me.
Beer isn't what I said that we were missing, but I wanted one anyway. Just hold on. My cats are starving, as if they haven't eaten for like 5 days, which is a lie. My wife over there's like, I'm so hungry too. We're not gonna eat ever. They'll eat here in 2 seconds. You guys hungry? Are you hungry? Tonight, they will be eating turkey dinner and gravy. Come here. Come on, Chewies. Let's go. Let's eat. There you go. Alright. Gargarth makes such a good wife, cooks and cleans. Ha ha ha. I mean, if it weren't for me, there would be no food. My wife just stares at me and is like, "Oh, you better watch your mouth. What you say there, buddy. Otherwise, you're gonna wake up in a shallow grave, I'm sure." So here, I'm just using queso fresco, crumbly cheese. So do I have another bowl? I do. Let's just crumble some out so it's all good and ready. This stuff is amazing on everything. On your eggs, on your frijoles, or your beans. Just everything, or even just pop it in your mouth. Because you literally just, as you can see, it's just breaking apart. It's kind of like, I would say kind of like feta. She uses feta on her recipe, but I didn't want to use feta. I wanted to kind of keep it legit. So, there we go. It's all nice and crumbled. Now, let's assemble our tacos. Okay. Just grab some tacos that are sitting at the bottom. Do a nice smear of avocado. Probably should have done it on the other side. Presentation. It's a lot on that one. Oh man. So we got our taco there. Next, let's just add a little bit of our chicken in the middle. And you can always add sour cream to this too if you want. My wife will be. Maybe I will be too, but don't need it. And lastly, well, not lastly, let's add a little bit of cilantro to it. It's a lot of cilantro, but that's fine. I like soap, tasting foods. And lastly here, let's dump our our cheese. And we'll clean up our plate a little bit. First time we're doing presentation on here. Usually I just call it a day, but let's see how these look. There's a lot of cilantro on them, but that's fine. I like it. I like it a lot. There we have it. Our chicken tinga street style tacos. There's that. Better for you. Just take a little quickie picture here. Why is the portrait going? I mean the flash. Did not want flash, and now my phone is just frozen. Come on, Android. Let's do that over again, shall we? There we go. How's that look? Probably can't. There we go. There we go. That looks good. This could probably use a little bit more cheese, though, I would say. This could, too. Just add a little bit more cheese. Let's take another picture. And then we'll try it. All right. Let's try these chicken tinga tacos. Cheers. I must say, you don't need sour cream because the avocado pretty much balances out that flavor. I would recommend this. Like I said, it's from, what's her name? The recipe I followed was from the Half Baked Harvest Super Simple cookbook by Tegan Gerard. Her brother was actually in the Winter Olympics. He's the guy that showed up late and then won gold on snowboard. I believe it was the freestyle a couple years ago. But, yeah. Definitely would recommend trying this for a non-traditional style chicken tinga. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. Thanks to my wife for this awesome new apron I got and some new gadgets and toys I have from the family and from her. Most likely Wednesday. Well, Wednesday's the 12th, 30th. Then we have New Year's Eve on Thursday, the New Year's Day. Okay. Yeah, we'll do a Wednesday stream. I skipped this week's. Wasn't feeling too hot, and then I was gonna do it on Christmas Eve, making the sous vide apple pie, which turned out absolutely amazing. Everybody on Christmas enjoyed it. If you have not followed the channel yet, please hit the follow button down there. I also have links to my social media, my Twitter and my Instagram. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate your time. I'll talk to you guys later, and you have a great night.